Good morning, LBHT crew.
Keep getting
Good
yelled at.
morning, Rogue Nation. What is it, Fast? You can't even let me get through the intro.
I didn't say anything.
You can't even let you
I
didn't say
didn't,
anything.
I didn't say anything.
You did.
Okay, I said that under my breath. I didn't know that I picked it up. My bad. Sorry.
And there's Ferris, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. How's everyone today?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Ferris is excited to be here. Who we got here today, man?
Very
Who we
excited to
got
be here. Long
We
time.
got Dr. Kush is here early in the morning. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Kush. We got TC in the house. What's going on? What's going on, TC? Good morning. Good morning. We got Rainmaker. Says, good morning, guys. Up and Adam with support for both channels. I appreciate that.
it.
And appreciation for bringing us quality content. Thank you. Thank you.
We try.
We got Michael Akins in the house. Salute, Michael Akins. Appreciate you. Dr. Kush showing love on both channels. Appreciate that. Carmelo Moody, Grand Rising, showing love on both channels. Thank you. Thank you. Dance Fan, good morning. Good morning. We got Point showing love on both channels. He says, Rise and Shine, Rogue Pod, hit the like button. And Rise and Shine, LBHT, hit the like button. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Slim in the house,
What's up, Slim?
showing love on both channels. Appreciate that. Let's see. We got McKnight showing love on both channels. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Dance Fan also showing love on both channels. Thank you. We got Kabashi. Salute. Salute. Ashley. What up, Ashley? Showing love on both channels. TC showing that love on both channels. Appreciate that. I got Just Aloe's in the house. What's up, Just Aloe?
What's up, old man?
Hello.
Yo. We got Reese showing love on both channels. Salute, Reese. Good morning.
Appreciate you.
Pamela showing love on both channels. I love the energy. I love it. I love it.
A lot of support.
Yes. Yes. Cam Dom. Good morning. Good morning. Salute to you. Let's see. Ty. What's good, Ty Riggs? Good morning, fellas. Just found out my squad got Giannis. Let's go. Oh, you're a Miami fan. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, good people can make bad decisions. So the trade was so Bobby Portis and Giannis Antetokounmpo are going to Miami. Milwaukee gets Tyler Hero, Kel Wade, Jaime Jaquez, and their second year man, Kasparidis Zhukovitis. He's like this Lithuanian kid out of Illinois. Then like 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're trading for stars, it's never going to be equal. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be equal. But they're trading for youth and some potential. You know,
it's a good haul for a star that we knew wanted to leave for the last year and a half.
Yeah,
it's a good haul. It was a very good haul. They got 4 players, 1 youngster that I'm really high on the Lithuanian kid. I'm really high on him. He went 10th overall last year. He's really good. I like him. I like his game. I like Jaime Jaquez, and he's a very solid role player, good starter. Kel Wade is very raw. He's a very raw center, still in the development phase.
Yeah.
And Tyler Hero is Tyler Hero, man. It's just, Tyler Hero.
I was saying they're going for a youth and guys that they try to develop for later. It's not a bad move. It's not a bad move. That's one of those things that it works out for both teams.
Yeah, the report was that they chose that deal over because Boston still had a deal as well. They chose that deal over Boston because the owner of the Bucks is also Jimmy Haslam, and he owns the Browns, and he, had to do all the Myles Garrett trade scenario. Yeah, he bought the Bucks. Yeah, he bought the Bucks. Yeah, when they were up, he bought them somehow. And he didn't want to go with the Boston deal because he didn't want to go through a convincing a star player to re-sign type situation, because they would have to convince Jaylen Brown to come back. And maybe no. With the Miami kids, there is a youth and Tyler Hero, who's from Wisconsin.
There you go. Yeah. Stretch. Good morning. Good morning. I got Meat Mansions in the house. He says, "What to do, Meat Crew? What's good?"
Hey, yo, man, pause. Come on, son. What we doing? What we doing, man?
It is what it is. Showing love on both channels. Just out says treating himself to a brown stew roti for breakfast. Okay,
nice.
Hey, man, I found out, guys. Osman Y'all know Osmond? Y'all know Osmond?
Yes, we know Osmond.
Never heard of him before.
Okay,
Fans.
all right, sorry, my bad. I have to remind. I'm talking about people in the chat as well, not just you. They know who Osmond everybody. Is. Yo, he's from Trinidad. He's Trini.
All right.
Yeah, man. I know that, man. Man. Shout out to the Caribbean homies. Yo, just hello. You from the Caribbean?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother can't be. A brother can't connect with the folks. Okay, all right, my bad.
Miami gave up too much. I'm a Giannis fan though. I don't know. That's what it takes to get somebody like that,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Let's see.
And Mikal Bridges was given 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? So like the going rate for stars, you know, those first-round picks aren't going to be worth anything, but still for 5 first-round picks.
I think they are. I think your window is. I think your window is.
We got a couple more years.
A couple, maybe 2 more. Maybe 2 more.
Couple more years. You know,
we have your picks until 2030.
We got a couple more years.
Yeah. B Mansion says, y'all think we should get Taylor Decker for insurance on Stanley?
Didn't they cut him because he was injured?
Yeah, I think so. I think that ship has passed to try to get somebody for insurance. I think Carson Vincent is the insurance policy for Ronnie Stanley. I mean, listen, man, like offensive line has to be taken seriously early on. It has to be taken seriously, and I just felt like this organization has been very unserious when it comes to offensive linemen. And again, you don't have to go out there and spend a bunch of money. Like we focus on the $27 million that Tyler Linderbaum got, should he gotten paid or not. But it's not about the $27 million. It's about making sure you had somebody there to either replace him, you know what I'm saying, or you had another plan. Like it's to make sure you still have a good offensive line overall. And they didn't do that. It's always we'll figure it out.
Right. Yeah. And after watching what happened last season, we watched them all get beat up. And when he didn't play, what do we do? Start off 1-5. Like, we don't learn from our past mistakes. So I thought he was going to take things more seriously, especially with his job on the line, but it just didn't happen.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, he got, bro.
He's talking to somebody.
Wow. So, Hendo, how you doing today, bro?
I'm well, and yourself? Just got off work.
Yeah, man. It's just the unseriousness of this organization it baffles me, man. To be quite honest with you, I generally don't understand why every team they have the star quarterback and they're like, you know what? Don't give him a good offensive line. Just don't, because we always go back to that Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, right? Where Tampa Bay is just hunting Patrick Mahomes down for the entire game. And the very next year, what did they do? They go out and they trade for Orlando Brown. They draft Trey Smith. They draft Creed Humphrey. They stabilize their offensive line because they're like, we can't be trotting out Mike Remmers out there. Sorry, Brodney didn't want to bring up flashbacks. The man who made Von Miller a Hall of Famer. We can't be trotting out, a half-injured Mitchell Schwartz and then, expect him to come and save us. And he didn't, because he ended up not playing in that game. But the Ravens can be like, you know what? The carcass of Ronnie Stanley, the dumb know-how of a former left tackle who's never played guard, who's just big for no reason, and a former a guard tackle from USC who has no knee. And then, that's gonna work. Me, I like the pick of Roger Rosengarten, because Roger Rosengarten, he has blind side. He was very good at Washington. He was actually the blind side protector because Michael Penix is a lefty. So that's it gives him that little pressure. But trotting out that and then losing your center, who was probably the second or third best center in the game, and then you're just like, you know what? If Lamar dies, he dies. Who cares?
Yeah. Just I'll say he got that from Judy's. Is that Judy's Island Grill?
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah. We've been to Judy's before. Well, I've been.
Yeah, because I was listening to an interview last night about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was being interviewed, and he's just dropping dropping gems on the QB position and the way teams operate. It's all about development, how there's lack of development in the league, quarterbacks especially, and also too it shows the lack of knowledge of QBs, right? Because the game has changed, right? Because back in the day, Tom Brady would have to throw the ball to somewhere where he has to protect his receiver, right? Because if he doesn't throw the ball at a specific area and throws it a little left or a little right, he played in the AFC. The ball, Bernard Pollard or Ray Lewis or Ed Reed would take his receiver's head off. Same thing with Troy Polamalu and them, right? So now also the mental fortitude of some of these quarterbacks have decreased because they just throw the ball, and then if their wide receiver gets laid out, they're like, "Oh, we got a flag. Who cares that my wide receiver's dead?" And
yeah, Lamar does a good job of protecting
exactly,
his
man.
wide receivers.
He's one of those who doesn't do that. So the only thing that stops him is health. And they're basically saying, if he can't walk, I don't care.
So that could factor in why he hasn't signed his deal yet. Right?
I think you're correct. I think you're correct because he's realized, like, hey man, quarterbacks now are making $60 million a year. We're powerful now. We're powerful. Back in the day, we weren't powerful, and we're powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Lamar Jackson's more powerful.
Exactly.
Because he took control of his contract with no agent. He has no trade clause and franchise tag him. But, we saw this happen in 2021. We saw it happen again in 2022. We saw it happen in 2025. He's tired of getting beat down with them experimenting with the least paid offensive line in the NFL. And y'all may not think it's something, but I think that him not signing that extension this offseason, it means something. He's trying to make a statement. And if they don't get it together, he could be gone.
Also, too, it's all about scheme as well, right? Because if we look at the Rams offensive line.
Hold on 1 second, Ferris. Let me get the shout outs in the super chat. Reggie Wright. Good morning, Mr. Black Ice, showing love on both channels. Appreciate that. Ty Riggs, appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Says good people can make bad decisions. Don't y'all give up 5 first for Bridges. Told you, Ferris. Now that y'all got your little championship, I'm done with y'all.
You know what, man? You know what, man? Talk to the ring, man. Talk to the ring.
Why I got a little championship?
Do walk it.
Listen. Miami got 3.
You know what? But ours are legendary.
Miami got 3. They didn't come 50 years apart.
So it was a sweet victory.
Man, talk your trash, man. Y'all the current champions.
Trash, man. And Giannis, you know what Giannis did? Jose? He just moved to Milwaukee, Florida.
Oh,
and that's what he did. It's the same team. Same team. The same team Milwaukee built is the same team in Miami. You think people are scared of Norman Powell?
Didn't he win in Milwaukee?
The 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right then.
I'm talking about the Milwaukee now, not the Milwaaki back then.
Well, they got to resign Norman Powell.
Yeah, man.
They got to resign first.
Man. Chris Middleton, young Chris Middleton ain't walking through that door. You got old Norman Powell.
You might have a Chris Middleton like
Bobby Portis.
What's going on, Coach?
What are we doing?
Yeah, we got Greek Freak.
Son.
Coach is happy.
Yeah, he is.
God's favorite. Salute. Yeah.
Hey, for the record, when Shams is doing the reporting,
what else?
There's a little paragraph in the report where he says his preferred destination was the New York Knicks, but the Knicks didn't want to give up that much, and Milwaukee didn't think they were serious enough. So at the end of the day, he wanted us anyway. So he was your second choice, Miami.
What did you have to offer though?
We had a lot to offer.
Hey, what?
Not picks.
Yes, we did.
Not first rounders.
We can give him the 2035 to 2040 picks, and Mitchell Robinson, Carl Anthony Towns.
What's good, Boy Wonder? What's good? It says the 1-5 start at least got Harbaugh back on the hot seat. I don't. Steve's decision came.
He doesn't think that his decision came until the Patriots.
Steve Bisciotti. Until the Patriots lost. I truly believe that was the last straw for Steve. You could be right. Definitely the 1-5 time frame was when he started looking at everything like, man, we ain't put together a winner here. Mm-hmm. And yes, that at that time. Because B was saying, he's like, if you look at the schedule, like it's not a big deal. 1-5 seems bad, but it's not a big deal. Like the schedule is favorable. You can go on a run. and it just all comes down to the playoffs. And it was very possible, had we had better protection, the season could have been and you had a much better defensive coordinator. Yeah, they could have went on a run there, no problem. And in the playoffs, I mean, we saw what it was in the playoffs. Like, everybody was hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was the year to really try to make a run and get to the Super Bowl, but didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't. You lose to the Bengals, you lose to the Patriots, you lose to the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? All those things just showed you that this team is not responding well to you.
Yeah, man.
And Bachati said himself, he said, I was tired of the blown leads. I think that may have been the biggest factor, that we were winning in a lot of games, especially that Patriots game, which would have put us in the playoffs. And we decided to take Derrick Henry out and say Rasheen Ali and Justice Hill. It was their turn in a pivotal moment of a game, and then say, oh, Derrick went on the field? I didn't know that. And that's the same thing that we've heard throughout these playoff failures, that, oh, we only ran the ball 6 times? I didn't know that. And you're supposed to be the head man. You're supposed to be in control of everything, but now all of a sudden you don't know what's going on. And I think Bashadi was just like, I'm done. Yeah. We need to change.
That's what I like about the Colts owner. She's involved, but not overbearing. She's on the headset. She hears everything. So, because she says, hey, if I don't know what football is, that's going to be $100 million mistake. Because again, unlike player contracts where you can find a way to get out of it because you put a void year, you cut someone here and there. You fire a coach and you gave him $100 million. You got to pay him that $100 million. That's a big mistake. There are still teams paying coaches that they fired to this day. That's some of the biggest dead money in sports, right? It doesn't affect the cap, so it gets overlooked, but a lot of money is wasted on paying out coaches that don't coach for their teams anymore. You know, it's terrible decisions, but you know, it just goes to show you that, you know, these billionaires got way more money than they need. You know, Zico Kage, good morning. Good morning, Deanna. Good morning. See you in here. It's time for Steve Biscotti to hire a new GM. Hey, maybe. Tay got it. Good morning. Grand Rising.
Good.
NDT Sports, salute.
Hey, that's what I like. That's what I like about Cincinnati, right?
Hold on a second. OJ Sean says, nah, the biggest factor is when John told Steve he was going to run it back with Orr.
He was like, hell no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, it's like, if you keep letting somebody do the same thing over and over and over again, and you know, he built, you could tell John Harbaugh had that arrogance about him where, like, I'm just going to do things my way. And it's not exclusive to him. Like, coaches do that after a while. They feel like they got a certain amount of power and nobody can tell them anything. And, you know, they're just being stubborn. Yeah. You're going to run it back with Orr. Like, you saw how bad he was. Like that. I mean, it should have been a wrap. He should have been fired halfway through the season. Like, you're trying to win. But it started at the beginning of the season, before the season even started, when he's like, it's not Super Bowl or bust. Right. That told you right there that he's just too comfortable. Like, it is Super Bowl or bust. Like, like, your job is to win. That's the goal every year.
Right.
You know, especially with Lamar Jackson.
Thanks.
Right. So that could have been the beginning part for Steve Biscotti, because Steve Biscotti was like, not Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
All right, we gonna keep an eye on you.
Yeah, because you don't want to become the Detroit Lions, right? Where they have, well, you guys don't have this guy because you guys are allergic to wide receivers. You have a generational wide receiver, and then you draft a pretty damn good wide receiver, a quarterback, pretty damn good. Generation, I wouldn't say that, but he's pretty damn good. And you made the playoffs twice. You lost both times. But in sandwich between those two playoffs, you did absolutely nothing with those two players. Then one guy leaves because his body hurts, and the other guy you trade away to the Rams. First year with the Rams, Super Bowl. Second year with the Rams, NFC Championship game.
Hey, Jose.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay, we weren't allergic to wide receivers back then. Now we are.
Now you are.
Now we are not back then. Back then we had some good receivers.
But what about
now?
Ferris about to find out all the jokes about to get reversed. He about to get those Uno reverse cards flipped on him every time.
Those reverse draw fours. Draw four. Oh God. I already see it coming, man. And all those arrogant Giants fans who be like, we got John Harbaugh. What's wrong with the Ravens fans? They should be grateful that their organization isn't as shitty as ours. Yeah, man, but it gets to the point where, we win in 10 games, but we're losing in the playoffs every single year the same way. You think Cowboys fans were happy with Jason Garrett? You think they were happy with Mike McCarthy? They don't care that Mike McCarthy won 12 games. He won 12 games 3 straight years.
Oh, let me read this. Ivy Saying says head coaches are like smartphones. Sometimes they're next to reset.
Exactly, man.
And first, slow down on the 10 wins. Slow down on them 10-win seasons.
What?
Yeah, you gotta get there first.
Right.
No, we do. No, because here's the thing. 4 is the.
Hold on. We have a couple questions here. Okay. We have a couple questions. All right. Last week we read some questions from Jess Rabick. We got some of our own. Okay. We're gonna get through as many as we can today, and maybe we'll pick it up tomorrow. All right. We gotta get through all of these. But here's the first question. All right. Is the Ravens offense about to take a major leap? Declan Doyle era begins in Baltimore. Do we think now we've talked about the issues that the Ravens still have? But is this offense about to take listen, the offense has always been electric, even with bad coaching, right? Because when we're going through it and we're winning and things look good, coaches get a lot of praise. Even when we tell you the coach isn't good. Because who thinks G-Rose still is a good coach still? Now, at the time, right, people will argue with us. No, G-Rose, no. Lamar's an MVP season, and he had MVP season, and that's because of G-Rose, and G-Rose this, G-Rose that. And we told y'all G-Rose is not a good coach. All right. But Declan Doyle, we have not seen his work really. I mean, he was an offensive coordinator. He didn't call plays last year, but everybody is all saying the same thing, that he's a genius, because you don't get in that position that young without knowing something. So do y'all believe the hype? Do you think this could be one of those years where it's just like, dang man, everything's coming together?
Yes, most definitely. Listen, 2019, 2023. Every time Lamar has a new offensive coordinator, he wins MVP the first season. Second season with Todd Monken, historic season. And if Declan is as good as they say that he is, with the upgrade at the skill positions, I think this can be better than the 2025 season, where they put up over 7,000 yards. They're the first team in NFL history to have 4,000 yards passing and 3,000 yards rushing. It's a tall task, but I think that it can be done.
Wow. Here go world class with the hate early. He says, until I see it, I expect. Why does he gotta be a Klan man? What? Declan. He said D-Clan. But Declan to be Zach Orr 2.0.
No,
Zach Orr 2.0. You think he's going to be that would make him the worst offensive coordinator we've had.
Thanks.
Right? Zach Orr is by far the worst defensive coordinator we've ever had.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Marty Morningwig. I'm sorry. Mark Trestman was the worst offensive coordinator we had, and I don't know if it gets any worse than that.
Ooh.
Mark Trestman, one of the greatest Canadian football head coaches of all time.
Canadian, right? Because that's where he went after he left Baltimore, back to the CFL.
Multiple time Grey Cup champion.
Okay.
Yeah. Lamar seems to be really excited about the new offense. Everybody seems to be excited about it.
Except for
everybody.
Bateman.
We haven't heard from Bateman at all. Okay, we'll get there. God's favorite says 50 touchdowns, 5 interceptions coming.
I can see it.
I can see it.
5,000 yards passing. I can see it.
Michael Hawthorne says, I don't care if we hire Chip the chimpanzee. As long as Harbaugh is gone, we're good.
Maurice, the chimpanzee.
Zach Orr was with Mike McDonald too. So yeah, that don't make him as good.
Yeah, he was a position coach.
Just because you stand next to somebody doesn't make you absorb all of their skills and talent.
Look at every single Patriots assistant not named Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And
every single one of them.
Samuel Banks.
And not to say that he's the best, but don't forget Joe Lombardi's still here. So he has some experience to lean on.
Yeah. All right.
He sucks.
Joe Lombardi doesn't suck.
Yeah. He wasn't very good in New Orleans. We talking about the same one?
Okay.
You talking about as a head coach?
No. He was a coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't great. It went terrible.
And all he's doing is giving input. He's not calling the plays or designing. He's just giving input.
Okay, I guess
it's good. Is he the best out? No, he's not. He's not the best. He wasn't terrible, but like it's good to have somebody with some experience, and especially like with a young coach. I mean, some of these players are old. A lot of these players are older than Declan Doyle, right?
He 32.
He's 30.
30.
Yeah.
Wow.
You want somebody there. You want somebody in the room that can command those players' respect.
Right.
So, although listen, the players seem to love him and they're buying into him. But everybody can buy into something in the offseason. Everybody can buy, especially when you're new. They can buy into it. It's when things get a little tough out there. Right? Can you stick to the plan? Right. That's going to be the thing.
The biggest thing for us is for me is going to be in-game adjustments. That is something that we've been porous in the John Harbaugh era. When the game plan goes awry, he cannot make in-game adjustments to change things up. He sticks to the plan, and we end up losing. So hopefully we have some coaches now that can kind of say, all right, this is what the defense is doing. All right, let's counterpunch and do something a little bit different. Now, if Declan Doyle can get Mark Andrews a playoff touchdown, oh my God!
Right,
he
put a statue. Nobody's ever done before.
Put a statue.
Amazing.
Boy Wonder says Steve was probably just trying to figure out what's John's plan for bouncing back next year from this disappointing season. John only wanted to run it back. No, in other words, make no changes. Steve probably, I think he already decided he was going to fire him. Right. I believe him when he said he was going to fire him. Right. But it's hard because they were friends. They've been friends for a long time. And sure, I'm sure he was thinking, let me hear him out first. Let me hear him out and maybe he convinces me to not fire him. I think the decision was fire him. Maybe he can convince me to not fire him. And I just don't think I don't think he took it seriously enough.
Right. And if we think about it, what if we'd have kept John Harbaugh for one more season? What would we have done at offensive coordinator? Because Todd Monk is the head coach. So,
who else was on the staff?
Was it a Vander or something?
It was somebody on the staff because that's what they do. They hire from within. So
Vander Steege.
No, because Bisciotti has to use his eyes, right? Because he watched this team 2 years ago, right, with Mike McDonald as the defensive coordinator, have one of the best defenses in the league without having a lot of turnovers, right? Because that's impressive. Not having a lot of turnover, like not forcing a lot of turnovers, but being a very good.
No, we forced turnovers that year.
But you told me you didn't.
No, we didn't force. We didn't force turnovers 2 years ago, and that was Zach Orr's first year.
Yeah,
we did okay. It's just last season where things just didn't go as planned.
Okay, so my bad. So 3 years ago. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, he sees his eyes. He's like, look at this defense. It's flying. It looks wonderful. Basically the same defense minus one or two people. And he's like, this defense is awful. What happened? So you're right. He was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna bring Zach back. Like, why would you do that? He's not a good coach. Yeah. Everything decreased. You got to make a change. And homie's like, nah, okay, we got to bring him back. Why? Funny enough, the biggest tell is he's lying to Steve Bisciotti because he didn't bring him to New York. He didn't bring him to New York.
Facts.
He let him dangle and die in free agency. Because you know why? Because New York was like, we're not bringing him in. We're not bringing him in.
And that says a lot.
Because New York told him no. Because New York was like, we're just gonna go back to Denard Wilson, who should have been our defensive coordinator last year. Should have been, but was told you can't bring a staff member, and he then went to Tennessee. And a lot of people in Tennessee said the reason that our defense wasn't good, it wasn't the scheme, it wasn't Denard Wilson, it was the Joes, because you still need the Jimmies and the Joes to execute the scheme. You know, so hopefully his scheme, whatever it is, he has better Jimmies and Joes in New York. We'll see.
Yeah,
he does.
Agnes, good morning. Good day, gentlemen, and Flock Nation. Let's get this straight. Lamar is a Raven for life. Yes, I hope and pray. Yes. Yes. I don't think he's going anywhere. Steelmatic was good. Since Lamar still 3-7 versus the Steel City. Hey,
but 1-0 in the playoffs.
Right. Hey, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate it. Next question. We ain't gonna go through all of these. We'll go through. We'll tackle a couple of these today and a couple tomorrow. What's the biggest concern on the roster? Center. We got wide receiver depth, edge rusher, defensive line health, secondary depth. What y'all think? What do you think, Chad? What do you guys think? What's the biggest concern on the roster? I'm seeing five concerns here, and it's just like I thought we drafted well. I don't know how we got so many concerns. Yeah.
I thought he was good for drafting depth, and we didn't have to worry about any of these things. But of course, every season we have to draft and go into free agency and get the same damn positions each and every year.
But defensive line health.
That's line health.
Yeah, because Nnamdi Madubuike, it's the neck. Your other linemen are old, and then you have the other lineman who didn't play, so you don't even know if they're good or not because he didn't play any of the rookies. You don't know how good Aeneas Peoples is. He didn't play. You actually don't know how Mike Green is as a rusher because he was mostly in coverage. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, Nnamdi with the neck. I don't think you're bringing back Kyle Van Noy. No, he's not here.
He was terrible.
Yeah, you re-signed a 42-year-old.
Siba Shadi mentioned Kyle Van Noy in the press conference when they fired Harbaugh, and he doesn't think Kyle Van Noy's bad year was because of him. He just thinks it was scheme.
But first, we have, like you said, the carcass of Ronnie Stanley. We have John Shaky Booty Simpson.
Yeah, but offensive line wasn't. No.
But I'm telling you, Roger Rosengarten, who had a bad sophomore season.
Yes.
We're bringing in a rookie guard and a center who started 5 games.
I agree.
Throughout his career. How is that not your biggest concern? The one guy that touches the ball every snap on offense with no starting experience, with an inexperienced offensive line. How's that not the biggest concern?
No, I agree, but offensive line isn't on here. It's just center.
That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest concern.
Okay, so center means offensive line.
You don't have to. You can say whatever you want. You
no. I'm saying
it's the offensive line. No, it's the offensive line.
I'm saying center specifically, but just what's around him. So you're.
Absolutely.
If he had a great offensive line around him, and we're bringing in a center with no experience, that's one thing. But to have all of these holes,
I agree with you.
To have a guy that has no starting experience,
110%. I agree. It's offensive line every year for every team. And you're talking to a New York Giants fan who's had a horrible offensive line until last year for the last 15 years. Eli Manning could have had 5 more good years, but the Giants decided to kill him. They knew he was a statue, but were like, if he dies, he dies. And he did. And he's like, I'm done. You knew your quarterback couldn't move, and you didn't put a good offensive line in front of him. You decided to draft Eric Flowers, and that backfired. All right.
Why would you draft him back from Miami?
I don't know. They ended up finding out he was actually a guard, not a tackle, and he wasn't even that good of a guard. But I digress. So yeah, it's always offensive line with the centers. It's always offensive line. We were talking, I think offline. Was it offline? I don't know if it was online or offline. We talked about, we always bring it up, Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, against the Tampa Bay, where Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Barrett, not Dominican Sue.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier.
Okay, They hunted him down. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. So many watch alongs, my brain's not working. Where,
It's
by
all
the way,
good.
if any World Cup fans out here, join. Go to Let's Get Ready Network. Good Friends, Better Rivals. We're doing watch alongs for mostly all the World Cup games, like literally almost all of them.
Facts.
YT on YT, what's good? Says the number one concern is everybody not liking this video. Facts.
Yes.
Come on, chat. Turn it up. Hit that like button. Yes, everybody. We got 2 streams running. Lunch Break Hot Take, Rogue Pod. Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe to both. All right. And like Fair said, Good Friends, Better Rivals. They're doing as many watch alongs for the World Cup as humanly possible. Go over there and support them.
Shout out to Osman, who's been there like every single time. Shout out to Nigerian. Shout out to Nigerian Nightmare. Shout out to Pay the Bills. Shout out to Enmun. Shout out to the Warriors, man. Those are warriors, man. Because they're there every time. Shout out to them. We having fun over there, man. Watching some of these small nations, doing the impossible. We may be Americans, but 2 days ago, baby, I was Cape Verdean. Baby. But I digress. Yeah, it's offensive line. It's offensive line today, tomorrow, forever. Right?
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like I said, I felt like they could have.
They've spit in his face.
We could easily addressed it. Like that's the thing that makes it hard for me because, did we need to get Malachi Starks last year? No, we need to get Malachi Starks. And the thing gets me mad about Malachi Starks. I think he's gonna be a good player, especially in this scheme. If we didn't have Malachi Starks, I don't think it would have made a difference.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And if he's not good, nobody's gonna bat an eye about that, right? Everybody's gonna be like, oh, whatever, he didn't work out. Like inconsequential. You can't have that with your first round pick. Like there were players that we could have gotten to help us on the O line. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't make that investment. So, we got Ronnie Stanley. We're talking about Ronnie Stanley is a shell of himself, and what if he doesn't stay healthy? What's your answer? Nothing. Right? Tyler Linderbaum, like it's not like they didn't know Tyler Linderbaum was going to come up on contract and was going to make some money, right? You had no backup plan at all. Because I see in the chat, everybody's putting center.
Right.
Everybody's putting center, which is why we said at the time, you better pay him. You don't have any other options. This is we didn't even get to the season yet, and people were like, bro, what's going on with the center position? Right. We didn't even make it to the season yet. That's why you pay the money, right? But all they had to do was make a couple moves to really show up this offensive line, and they didn't do it. So that's disappointing to me.
Yeah, and for all the people that are going to be like, oh, offensive line, we need this, we need that, we need that. Just take a look at last season and look at the development of Caleb Williams from year 1 to year 2 when they put an offensive line around him. He took his team to the playoffs, and the kid did damage because he had protection. We have a quarterback that's better than Caleb Williams. Imagine if he got that same protection and he had the time to sit back and dice teams up. He did that in 2019 with Willie Snead, Seth Roberts. Like, sometimes I think the team is so unserious.
Right. And it says this season is on the players to show up and show out. They have the talent, but it heavily is on the coaches as well. They have the talent. Now, what are they going to do with them? Yeah. To get to the boss, what I think she's saying.
But sometimes that talent has to transcend the coaches because we've been spoiled. You look at Ed Reed, you look at Ray Lewis. I don't care who the defensive coordinator was, they were ballers. They didn't need a scheme, they didn't need somebody beside them. They just went out and balled.
Hey, it says Jose be riding Stark like his name is Yoshi. I don't be riding Stark. I don't be riding Stark. You know what I do? I remind y'all he's still on the team. Because if I don't mention Malachi Stark, right? Like you guys don't talk about him. It's like he doesn't exist. Same thing with Mike Green, right? Like we were so hyped about these two players last year. These guys were supposed to be game wreckers for us last year, and it's like they don't exist anymore. I'm just trying to remind y'all we have some 2 young talented guys on the team that we should be holding to high expectations. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't see how we desperately needed an edge rusher, and we just drafted Mike Green. Mike Green is supposed to be a top 10 talent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just don't see why we need secondary so bad when we have 2 first-round picks at secondary. Right, 3 first-round picks. I'm sorry, because we got Nate Wiggins.
We have 4.
And, well, yes. I mean, one is older.
Yeah,
You know?
that's an old first
But
round.
I don't care. It's still you still put 4 first rounders in there.
Yeah. So like when we talk about needs, nah, man, we invested a lot. It's, like secondary depth is not a need. I don't care what anybody says. If they don't work out, then
It's bad drafting.
Yes, that's bad drafting.
Bad drafting. You have 3 first round picks, 4. One of them's a geriatric, but you have 4 first round picks. 3 of them, 2 of them are like only 3 years into their career. You should have a good secondary.
Should, yeah.
We keep harping on this, man, but sometimes you got to repeat the same thing over and over again to remind people. The only bona fide name in that Chargers secondary was Derwin James. They had the ghost of Tony Jefferson back there. No offense to Tony Jefferson, love you, dog, but you were a scout and you came out of retirement to play 1 year with the Chargers. He was literally in their scouting department and said, I'll suit up. Cool. They had Tareeb still. No offense, Tareeb. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but you're not a big name. They had Dante Jackson and some other dude. I named 1 first round pick and Tony Jefferson.
Right.
You have 4, and 3 of them are hitting their primes.
Yep.
This should be a phenomenal secondary under Jesse Minter.
Yeah, the last 2 seasons with those no-name players, they were 3rd in the league, but giving up 18.9 points per game with no names. And we have all of these stars. So we better be rolling.
Yeah, the expectation is high.
Mm-hmm.
Expectation is high.
They beat New England if they just protect Justin Herbert just a little bit. A little bit.
Facts. But they had
just a little bit.
But their guard and tackle was injured.
No.
Yeah, they did.
Their starting guard and tackle, their backup guard and tackle, their 3rd string guard and tackle. They would, dude. It was a no offense to UPS drivers, no disrespect, but it was some UPS drivers out there, dog.
Yeah, they were struggling.
And they were only down by 6 entering the 4th quarter, and then the game ends when they hit that touchdown with Hunter Henry. Game's over after that. But they were only down like 6. The game was in their hands. But I watched a man get killed on national TV.
Yeah. Facts were in class. Kone, Longer Beam, TJ Tampa, Chandler Rivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rookie. Rivers. Brought
back Cheeto Awuzie.
I actually like Rivers too.
What more do we need?
Yeah. Yep. Coach says, "Hey, Jamarcus Russell was a first-round pick too. Was his issue coaching? Just being devil's advocate?"
No, his issue was buffet.
Well, no, Coach, I get where you're going from. Then that issue is talent identification. Your GM needs to be fired.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you've been doing it for too long, and it's still a need every year, right? Like,
exactly.
Yes, you're gonna have misses.
All
but it can't be. It can't be all the time you have misses. You can't miss on 3 first-round picks. You know what I'm saying? And he hasn't. I mean, Nate Wiggins is playing good football, and of course, Kyle Hamilton is playing good football, right? Malachi Starks, you can say, hey, okay, if he hasn't missed there, that happens. Well, it can't happen when you're drafting for luxury, right? That was a luxury pick when we have other needs. That's why I'm putting the pressure on him, because clearly we had other needs over safety, and you decided to go safety. You better be right. And when you're prioritizing draft picks, over proven talent, when our Super Bowl window is now, you better be right. Right, the margin of error is a lot thinner for you than other teams. Right, you can say, okay, well, we're going to get these guys, we're going to develop them because we're on the come up. We're not there yet. Right, the Jaguars can do that. A team like that, a team that doesn't really have expectations. The expectation for the Ravens is to win. So you have to be sure on these picks. You can't get these wrong.
Mm-hmm. And he still continues to build his team outside in. Like, he wants to build from the secondary end. Like, that baffles me. It hasn't worked. Why continue doing it?
All right. Real quick, we're gonna do this last question, and we're gonna get out of here. We have more questions for tomorrow. All right. A lot more questions. But we will end with this question. Who has the most to prove in 2026? I know your boy don't listen. I know your boy's up there. Don't get trigger warning. Okay. Trigger warning. All right. Rashad Bateman is up there, but it could be anybody. I just talked about Malachi Starks. He might be the one. It could be Mark Andrews. See, there you go. He said, "Why you got Bateman up there?"
Okay. Coach.
Roquan. It could be Roquan.
I think coach is on some. I think the defensive players have a lot to prove because you're coming in, Jesse Minter, defensive head coach, top 5 defense in the Chargers. Like we said, how many big names on the Chargers defense? Derwin James, old man Khalil Mack. Outside of that,
you all of a sudden,
hello.
Oh no! Because Sutton got a book.
He got a list.
He keeping notes of everybody that talking trash about Bateman. He got he writing. He can put your name in his book.
He's Santa Claus. He got a list. He checking it twice.
So So I'm gonna agree with the chat when they say Trenton Simpson and Adisa Isaac. But because he's in danger of being off this roster because he's not going to get first team, second team reps. He's going to have to prove himself in limited. But I'm going to go with Marlon Humphrey because if he wants to remain a Raven after this season, he's got to show something better than he did last year. Especially with the coaching. With the coaching, Jose. Now, like you said, he was put in a bad position. They were all put in a bad position. But we know what Jesse brings, we know what Weaver brings. If now we have the defensive coaches in-house and the scheme is a lot better, if Marlon does not play up to standard, this will be his last season as a Raven.
Yeah, I think he's at a point of his career. You can say that either way, even if he has a solid year, right? It could be his last year. It all depends on how these other players develop. Marlon, the reason it's not just the bad coaching, right? Marlon made the most plays on defense last year.
He did.
Right. Like, yes. Again, yes, he got beat a lot. I feel like a lot of those plays weren't supposed. He was out of position. He was covering up for somebody else. It just felt that way. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but the tackling for me was the problem. The bad angles, the not knowing where he was supposed to be for a veteran. That was my issue with him. But with coaching, we may correct those things. Because like Minna said, we want them to be obnoxious. We want them screaming out so everybody knows where they're supposed to be and know the play. So, and they keep saying it's repetition, how they line up, how they break the huddle, how they do everything. It's going to be repetition. So nobody has a question where they need to be. So we'll see.
Thanks. Kobe, thank you for the super chat. What's going on, man? It says EDC wrong a lot, but 8 keeps it from falling apart. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. And we need it to not be that anymore. And I think this coaching staff understands that. But Ferris, coach, I think you're right. I think I think the defense, it falls on the defense to really step up this year. And hold it down because that's where if you're putting an investment there, the expectation needs to be there, and you hired a defensive minded coach, the expectation needs to be on the defense.
Does it?
Because if the defense doesn't work this year, no one's gonna blame the coach. They're gonna be like, these players suck. Get him out of here.
Right, but Jose, what do we say after every playoff failure? Even though this defense has only caused 3 turnovers since Lamar Jackson has been drafted. What do we say? It's always going to be on Lamar, no matter how much they invest in this defense, how many times they go out and get 18 safeties. They do not get any blame after games. Oh, Lamar should have ran. Lamar should have did this. Lamar should have did that. It's never about what the defensive stars should have done.
Right.
So, but I do think if they don't step up and they have a year like last season, you have to hold them accountable and start calling people out.
Also, too, like he said, like Kobe said, 8 covers everything. When Lamar was out of the games, you clearly you saw how the team just sucked. Team stunk. 1-5. he was literally about to be fired Lamar's rookie year until he put Lamar in. And then he changed that broke man's life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So yeah. So God's favorite. It is only 2. It's 2 turnovers with Lamar. They had 1 turnover in 22 with Tyler Huntley. So 3 total, but just 2 with Lamar.
Wow.
Yeah, 2. You're starting quarter. Lamar Jackson in his playoff career has never started a drive in the opponent's territory. Ever. So he literally has to go 80, 70 yards to get a touchdown each and every time he takes the field.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Look, we're going to end it there. All right. If you're watching the replay, leave your answers in the comments. That we went through 3 questions. We got a lot more to go through tomorrow. But but little something to get us through the off season. All right. Something for you guys to think about. This is a good one to end on because I got to think about this. Roquan, that's a good one. Even though he was a first team All Pro last year.
Not last year, no, he wasn't. He was only Pro Bowl last year.
He was just Pro Bowl the year before his first team.
This is the first time he didn't make All Pro.
Yeah. So yeah, defense as a whole, yeah. Again, I know people will say I'm riding Malachi Starks, but again, I'm just reminding y'all he's on the team. Malachi Starks hasn't done anything. I know he's a rookie. Mike Green hasn't done anything. I know he was a rookie.
Doesn't he start?
But
who?
Start?
Yeah.
Starks? Yeah.
So he doesn't even just play. He's not even just playing. He starts. Yeah. Some people forget about him.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Ty Riggs. Appreciate you. Says any player on the defense cause was it just scheme? Because was it just scheme? That's what he's saying. I think scheme had a lot to do with it. I think scheme again. That's why. Look, I'm harping on Starks and Green. I still think they're going to be good because you're rookies. You're just following suit with what these guys are telling you out there. Even if you don't agree with it, you're just going to go and do what they tell you to do. And Orr was just bad. He was bad at his job. I hate to say it, but I think a better coaching, you're going to see. I expect to see much better results.
I got another name, but the most approved in 2026, Trey Hendrickson. $120 million, 31 years old, 32 when the season starts, just coming off core surgery.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it right there.
Does he still have it for that money?
Yeah. World Class says Starks and Green get a pass for last year, Jose.
Stall them
out, Debo.
They do the pass.
They do. No, they get a pass. You don't get two passes.
Mm-mm.
Right? You don't get it past 2 years. Right. They have to show that and especially Mike Green was talking that he was talking that stuff. He said, "Hey man, they ain't put me in the right position last year. Yeah. I got something for them this year, especially with Trey on the other side. Okay. I like it.
Yeah,
I love it. You gotta go out there and do it.
Especially from what he said, he was like he felt like the defensive coaches last year wanted them to contain instead of attack. And we all know when the Ravens defenses were great, we attacked. We went after the quarterback. We didn't play contain. We're not dropping our rush in coverage. But we'll see. They keep saying Kyle Hamilton.
I see Kyle Hamilton in there too. Kyle Hamilton has something to prove as well.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. He's got something to prove as well.
One sack, no interception last season. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said in the chat, everyone who's making 100 million has to bring it this year, right? Especially, you're a safety. Safeties, people have been discrediting them over the years. Safeties that don't create turnovers have been really discredited over years. So you need to get the ball back, give them another possession. So you got to increase the turnover production.
Tyler, thank you for super chat. I see what y'all doing, man. It says, man, Tyler Luke got the most approved.
No, he don't.
Listen, Tyler's the only reason why we having such a fun off season. Okay. Yeah. He's the only reason. All right. Leave that man alone. Tyler's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He's a kicker. He'll be fine. Who said that? He said, who said that on the it was on what's the show? Hard Knocks. They're talking about roster spots and talking about this kicker. And he's like, he's a kicker. He's gonna be fine.
I don't remember.
It was what's his name? Edwards.
Herm Edwards?
Or Herm Edwards, yeah, Herm Edwards. Where he was with the Chiefs.
Kansas City or Kansas City Herm
with
Edwards?
the Chiefs. He's a kicker. He's gonna be fine. The guy could try to talk to him about it. He's like, he's a kicker.
He'll be fine.
Kobe, thank you for the super chat. It says Green and Starks want to approve or sucks, not them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And I think they're gonna prove it. When I say, when we say these guys got something to prove, and we're not saying that they're not gonna do it. We're just saying no more talking.
Yeah.
No more talking.
That's it. Time is over. And I need Starks to step up because first round pick. I still remember that game versus Buffalo. He dropped that interception.
That first
you got to hold on to them.
And
wouldn't that have sealed the game?
No, but it was
early in the game.
It would have helped. Yeah. But he got better as the season went on. So we're expecting big things. But why can't we have a great defense and a solid, at least, offensive line? We don't have to allocate everything to one side of the ball and forget your superstar quarterback, especially if you sign this extension where he's going to get $65 to $70 million a year. Why would you not want to protect that investment? That's the crazy part to me.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to end it here because we are almost at an hour and your boy got to get to work. All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Look, man, LBHTShow.com, man. Check it out. Go sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already. LBHTShow.com. And you go over there now, you'll see that there's some changes. I told you there's gonna be changes to that website. I'm constantly working on the website. And I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser right now. Here go Ty. Yo, let's stop the cap. I'm gonna say Lamar. Thank you for the super chat. No, Lamar ain't got nothing to prove, man. I mean, look, he still got to win a Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's the goal. But what he has to prove is in the postseason, and he can't. You can't really have him live up to his expectations until you get him everything he needs. You can't give him less and be like he's got to prove it. Mm-hmm. Myron was good. That's great content. But I'm late, but I made it. It's all good. You're here. Stu Wop. Thank you. LBHTShow.com. Look, little teaser for y'all since y'all hanging out with us in the off season. If you go to the site, you'll see it on there. We're doing a Pick'ems League. I got a Pick'ems League on the site. It's not up yet. Like you see some of the graphics and everything. Click on the buttons. It's not going to take you anywhere, but that's going to be live pretty soon. You can sign up, right? You got to have an account on the site. And in fact, the first 50 people to sign up are going to get founders badges, right? Because we're doing badges on the website. So when it's live, I'll let y'all know. You can be the first to sign up. You can be a founding member. All right. And then we're going to see if y'all can beat us. We're going to see how much football y'all know. Can you beat the experts? Okay.
Right.
We'll find out. All right. And it's all free. So sign up, have fun, participate. You'll see, if you go to the site, you see a leaderboard there now. Those aren't, those are just names on there, because we're testing it out. But, you can check every week where you rank. And it's just one league for everybody, one league. All right. How nice are you? Mm-hmm. We'll find out. All right. All right. That is the show. We are out of here. Y'all have a great day. Let me take this off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Go